And then like just before you came over, I was going through your Facebook page again, and then I saw you do this little meal thing. Somebody was recording you. You had like eggs, corn, and salsa. And just listening to you talk completely killed the whole intimidation thing. I was like, man, this dude's human. I can work with this guy.
Yeah, no, man, I'm not that bad. Trust me.
I was like, oh, this is a powerful black man right here.
It's weird. It's weird. I have my moments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have my moments. It's like, yeah, I'm passionate about stuff. You know what I mean? Like I get worked up just like the next man. I'm very vocal. And that kind of intimidates me.
And you have, this is my first time like I've met you, and like I purposely don't call people before they come on, because I feel like I have this thing where just people want to tell me their stuff. By the time it comes to showtime, I've lost interest because I already know everything. Got it. You have this thing where like you can't hide your feelings on your face. Right. Is that a thing? Yeah, I can't. It's very hard. It's very hard. So wearing a mask has helped me tremendously. Your eyebrows must be on fire right now. Promoting how you feel. I
with the mask on, right? So all you see is this and this. Unless you get my tone, like you don't know exactly how I look underneath. Right. But if I take that mask off, like it's very hard for me to What are some of your triggers? Just this past year. Are we talking personal or are we talking social media? You're not some kid, right? Like you're a family man. You're a hustler on the side. You got a lot of shit going on, right? I try to keep busy. And you seem very informed. Like you're very well informed. I try to be as informed as possible. Right. I mean, too much information probably isn't a good thing. Right. I know when it's an overload where I start. If I start feeling like I can't do anything, like I can't take it no more, like I'll cut myself off of whatever it is that I'm watching. What pisses you off the most on social media right now? On social media, what pisses me off? The thing that pisses me off is probably like uninformed people that have something to say to me. Oh, to you? To me. Like they don't. Example. Somebody recently was like, well, where's your mask? Oh, thank you. I was going to ask you about that. Where's your mask? Yeah. Not to mention, homie that asked me used to work for me. Right. So I used to be his sous chef, like in an actual kitchen. Okay. And he knows my cousin, like we know each other. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So the fact that he came on my page and was like, oh, you can't be telling people what to do. If people are going to live their lives the way they want to, this and that. And I was like... This is in person? This is on comments. Of course. No one would ever say stuff like this. So then he was... I don't know. He might. He might. He probably would say something. He's not... I'm not going to down him. Okay. You know what I mean? I won't dog him that bad, but I did have to like defend myself because he's like, well, I see pictures of you not wearing your mask and you're telling people to do this and that. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm waiting for my food. I got time today. Yeah. So let me break this down for you. So that's when I went on and started talking and I was like, yo, like dog, like I was at a wedding. I had my mask in my pocket, taking pictures, yes, without my mask off. Probably should have kept it on because I'm not exactly the most beautiful person. But but yeah, no, I just went at him and let him know, like, yo, dog, you don't know what you're talking about. He was like, look, I have one mask, I have two masks, I have three masks, and I made this one myself. So yeah, you know what I mean? And then I called him ugly. Yeah. But yeah, it was just like, people that don't know the full story but have something to say, you're always going to get that. Yeah. That's always going to happen. When people do it to me directly though, and I know the person, that's what triggers me. Do you feel like, because you're not like just a regular Joe now, right? You have close to, like 1 million streams, right? So Airbnb. Yeah. Which is a project with me and my homie Black D, Dave. He asked me to be on a project. It's Black Dave. I was like, this is so inappropriate. Yes, Dave. I can't even say his name out loud. No. I always say Black. I just don't even say D because it's like, yo, he's purposely making you say that. Yeah, dude. And what's funny is my last name is Bush, so Bush and D is like, yo. You're fucking Dave from now on. I can't even say it out loud. No, dude. Look, I always say black.
Yeah.
But me and him did a project, Airbnb, and as of today, it'll be at 100,000 streams.
That's what's up, man.
So yeah, we dropped it in October of 2020.
Yeah.
And
and it's pretty, like, I guess it's pretty safe to say it's not just like domestic, right? It's damn near worldwide now, right? Like it's
dude, it reached pretty far. On top of like all the other stuff that me and him have done separately, because he's done stuff on his side too. He has projects and singles just like I do, and you know the way Spotify and just algorithms in general work. You know, you mess around and end up on somebody else's station, and that turns into something else. And next thing you know, you're getting played in, I don't know, Croatia or something like that. So, you know, yeah.
So most of you guys probably don't know, but the theme music you hear in the beginning and end is actually done by this man right here. This beautiful man right here. We'll talk. You'll see something right here. He's here for a reason.
Yes.
So I brought up the Black Dave thing is because like I want to plug the song is Born to Roll. You guys did that together.
Yeah.
And it's just like I went through it. The Bam Bam Bigelow one caught my attention because I'm a big wrestling buff myself. Right?
Okay.
I was like, what is he talking about? Because wrestling is just not cool to talk about anymore. You know?
Yeah. People look at wrestling like
everybody knows
that. You still watch that?
Everybody knows it. It's just not the cool thing to talk about.
Yeah.
So I like stumbled on Born to Roll, and just like the I was like, oh shit. And I started listening, and I started like picturing myself doing the podcast. Oh, this is a whole fucking mood right here. So that's why I just stuck to it. I was like, this has to be it. I
love that song.
Yeah.
It's featuring Gatlin. Gatlin, he does a lot of stuff. That guy's always working too.
Dave was great on there too.
Yeah,
Dave was awesome.
Dave's a beast, man.
He's a black man. His name is Dave.
Yes.
I'll put the rest together.
Yes.
So your music, I mean, so you got a lot going on. COVID, you know, whatever. People are still coming out to watch your shows. You got some dates coming up. What are your dates? We'll talk about next week.
Okay, so next week. I can't even do it. So. This Friday. Hold on. What's the day? Today is the 12th. So August 13th, Friday the 13th, I will be performing in Woodland.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, I'll be in Old Sacramento. Mm-hmm. And then for the weeks coming up, I'll be doing 2 dates in Las Vegas.
That's right. Going back home, right?
Yeah. I'll be out there Friday the 20th for an MC Cypher, and then Saturday the 28th for an actual show.
What does the actual show consist of? Like, what is the audience?
So the show is called True Vibes. True Vibes, from what I know, is like I don't know, how do I put it? It's just like a thing that they've been doing monthly, maybe even 2 times a month or something.
Right.
Out in Vegas, and they put like an artist showcase, and they do a beat showcase as well. And True Vibes has really been taking off, and I'm just lucky to get a part of it. So my man Big Spoon and Art Son, Image One, they put me on to the show.
So how do people get like tickets and entry and stuff? Is it just at the door?
Just show up at the door. It's going to be at this place called Ninja Karaoke. Ninja Karaoke is owned by my friend Steve and his wife, Mommy. And I've known Steve since we were in high school. We're in the same crew in Knucklehead Zoo, which is a b-boy crew.
Right.
Which is part of Super Crew, which is the MTV America's Best Dance Crew winners. So yeah. So
like, okay, the stuff you do, I just like, it's insane, right? Because you just like off the top, it's just like you start fucking saying stuff, right? and it all like comes together, right? You like start off like, what the hell is he gonna talk about? But like, it's not something you can learn, right? This stuff. So like, I'll give a little like my story. So like, I used to write like in our language, like, you know, like gospel music. I used to like religious like songs and stuff.
Yeah.
So my thing would be, I would think of a line, like a verse, and then okay, like this is really good. So I would just kind of write stuff around it to really. Mm-hmm. Is that like the process for you? You like think of a verse, a point you want to get across?
It's weird. It depends on how I feel at the moment. How the beat is.
Are you a drinker? Because like I always found drinking really helped because I never would think about anything else.
I like drinking.
To a point where you're just completely zoned out.
Yeah, no. My there's one thing I would always wanted to do. I never did it. I wanted to eat a wheat brownie and just be left alone in a room with music, just beats, and just zone out. Because for whatever reason, the one time that I had a weed brownie, I felt like I was on a cloud. So I was like,
See,
but I've never done that. So
not yet. Life is long.
Yes. Drinking though, I like. One thing that I like now that I'm older, I don't know, maybe it's because I am older. I like
screwdrivers.
No, screwdrivers are great. Just a whiskey on ice and a cigar.
This is different types of luxury right here.
or a tequila, you know what I mean? And Centenario Añejo on ice with a cigar, and I could just play my music. Play whatever kind of music I feel and just zone out.
So when do you realize that like I have this like thing inside me that I can like play with words? It's wordplay essentially.
So
like rhythm, but like rhyme. This stuff you can't teach. This stuff either you know it, you have it in you, or you just don't.
It's weird. I mean, it all started when I was younger. When I was like a kid, I remember like going in my cousin's room, his bedroom, and this fool was playing like. The Beastie Boys and LL Cool J on 12-inch on like a vinyl, and he was like, "This is what you need to listen to."
Don't age yourself.
You know what I mean? But see, that's the other thing about hip hop. We've come to a point now where it's like, you know, hip hop used to be one of those things like it's a young man's game. It still is.
Yeah.
But as an older dude. The best MCs to this day are still like Nas, Jay-Z, and you know what I mean? Those are still the pinnacles of hip hop, and that's like even a little bit above my age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jay-Z's actually older.
50, mid-50s, right?
Yeah, and hip hop's only 48.
Oh shit.
Hip hop just celebrated its birthday yesterday, August 11th.
Imagine those guys climbing to the top without social media.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Hand to hand. Face to face, battling.
Do you kind of feel like social media's created a lot of these little wannabe rappers who have found a platform and just throw out anything they possibly can?
Social media now is a numbers game. I feel like it's a numbers game. Likes.
Yeah.
The more comments you get, the more it affects the algorithm, so that way you show up on everybody's stuff.
Yeah, it's not about content anymore, right? It's just how you're getting people to react to you.
Back in the day, it used to be artist development.
Right.
So we would take a person who just had some kind of skill, and then you would hold on to them for about 3 years and then bring them out. Now you're actually seeing the artist develop in front of you. So you'll see somebody like 21 Savage, who lyrically just sounded really terrible in the beginning, but he had like this bounce to him that everyone liked. You listen to him now on a J. Cole album and he sounds way better than what he did when he first started. You know what I mean? So like back in the day, 21 Savage would have just been sat on the bench for about 3-4 years. Then they would have dropped him. Now you're seeing him progress through the time, through everything. Mixtapes, IG, whatever. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So things are different.
So I wouldn't be a good podcast host, and I wouldn't be myself if I didn't ask you this. I'm gonna put it this way. So you put so much thought and effort in all your music, right? Everything you say is very clear and crisp. You enunciate, which I appreciate.
Thank you.
You understand everything. Everything rhymes. Does it make you mad that mumble rap is such a big thing?
Nah. How do I use this? How do I say this?
Well, mumble it.
I mean, Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Right.
Tell me that you knew a verse off of Bone Thugs and Harmony, like completely without mumbling.
Yeah, but I feel like there's like no effort, and I guess
Okay, now that's different.
The music, I guess, doesn't bother me. Just the following it has pisses me off.
You know what? I don't even pay attention to it.
You know, I understand music is subjective, but damn, can you really call this music?
I don't even want to know.
Just in your own.
I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know who does it. I don't care. Matter of fact, I'll use it as a punchline. I'll use it to my advantage.
That's okay. This was like the whole thing I was talking like in my head.
Cause I was like,
this was my preparation. Just that one question.
Yeah, no, I was like
preparation.
I use stuff like that to my advantage, like as a lyric to make everyone go, oh, because they all feel it because I feel it. I just ain't gonna say it.
Did you do a lot of talent shows and stuff growing up, or?
It's weird. I did a lot of performing in front of people when I was a little kid. Like I always like I loved Michael Jackson when I was a kid.
Okay.
That was like an 80s thing, of course.
Right.
But yeah, I used to go to like everybody's classrooms. Me and like 3 other kids, and we would just like dance in front of everybody and just like.
So breakdancing and all that stuff?
Yeah, I did b-boying for years. I mean, shit, I tore my ACL b-boying in Las Vegas about a year ago.
Wow.
And I just came back from that injury, and I just won a competition like a month ago.
Wow.
So like I've been dancing and doing this stuff forever. It was one of those things. It's like,
so this is you, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't want to say this is your whole identity because you have a lot of stuff going on too.
I do a lot of things, man. Growing up with cousins, when you grow up with cousins that are just active, like, and they're older than you want to keep up.
Okay.
And if you look up to your cousins the way I did, you just wanted to keep up. You just wanted to be dope like them because you thought they were dope. You thought they were great. So that was like, all my cousins did something. They either played basketball, baseball, football, rap, break.
Damn.
Yeah, they all did something. And
yeah, all my cousins are back home, man. So some of us have to be our own cousins.
You know what I mean? And so like I try to instill that into my son and my brother.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I try to like, yo, let's go do this. Like I try to keep up with them now.
Yeah.
To show them that like, yo, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I really have an admiration for people that do more than the 9 to 5. It doesn't always have to be about money. It just has to be about kind of stimulating your mind and letting out your creativity. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Just like do something, because like people say like, you know, you only live once, your life is short. Life is very long, man. You know what I mean?
It's weird, man. As you get older, you start realizing, you know, me growing up, seeing older people and seeing like how they become like so religious, I was always like, what? Were you always like this? You wasn't always like this. Now that I'm getting older and I'm seeing people my age range, either younger or older than me, pass away, now I know why they start changing and going to religion and getting more deeper into that, because I'm like, oh, you feel like time is almost up.
See, yeah, man.
And I can kind of feel that now. I see it. Now I understand. I'm not saying I'm doing it, but I understand it like more.
So is it you get religious because you want a healthier life as you get older, or you're just thinking about the afterlife?
I think both. I mean, some people catch it early. Some people, you know what I mean? Some people really are religious early on in their life, and they, you know, they found out that's their purpose. It helps balance them.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of older people didn't have that balance because they were wild, and now that they're seeing their homies passing, they're like, you know what? I need to get some balance in my life.
Yeah, but I mean, what does that really do?
I don't know yet.
You know? Okay. Tell me.
I don't know yet.
But like, I'm not a big fan of people who are uber religious.
Neither am I.
I believe in God.
Right.
Like, you know, we're talking about Fidel. He's a man of God, right? But he's not someone that's going to give me a pamphlet and recruit me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We can have an intelligent conversation, respectful.
Yeah.
Done. There's others where they sit and make you feel guilty, like you don't believe in nothing.
Look, man, don't approach me on your Mormon bike while I'm at the stoplight.
Yeah, because I'll talk to you, because my religion says, you know, talk back. You know, I can't punch you in the face and push you over. Okay, so
but that's just something I see as an older person. I could be completely wrong, but that's what I think happens. I don't know why, but that's what I think happens.
Good for them, man. So I want to talk to you about obviously Beautiful Man is coming out. That's why I call him Beautiful Man.
Yes.
Album coming out called Beautiful Man. You know, some call it cocky, others call it confident.
It's funny, man. The only reason why I say it, like, I have this saying. I say I'm a horrible person, but I'm a beautiful man.
Okay. Is that kind of the...
that's what I say. I mean, I say it in the EP too, in the project. The reason why I say it is because, for one, growing up with kids, like me and my homies, we would just be like, yo, you are ugly. You are ugly. You know what I mean? Like, we would just rag on each other. So instead of like that, I'd be like, I'm a beautiful man. You know what I mean? I would just say stuff like that. I'd be like looking at my hand like I'm checking the mirror. And they would be like, fool, get that. So it's a joke. You know what I mean? It's an ongoing joke, and like that's why I had my son create all these weird pictures, and I surrounded my one picture I gave to him. Say, take this picture and create whatever you want from this picture. Draw whatever you feel.
Yeah, he had like a African dude, like a leader. I was thinking that like the nation, remember Farouk?
Oh yeah,
like all those guys. And there's another like a gladiator guy, right?
Yes.
Like a gun, like an old school Rambo type deal.
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna draw you as this, I'm gonna draw you as that. There's this one in the corner, and I was like, what is this? He's like, it's you standing on a bunch of helmets. And it's like, I'll have to show you it. He's like, it's you as a samurai standing on a bunch of helmets with the castle in the background and all these graves. I was like,
protecting the household?
Hey.
How old is this kid?
7.
Man, you know what? You must be doing something right, man.
He thought of all this himself.
That's decent.
So I was like, all right, like, and then he was like, yo, now I'm gonna need $50 for this. So I was like, all right, fool, I got you. Like, I got you.
See, like, kids are great, and then they just act like themselves. And it's like over the top.
It's all good. He's gonna use it for Disney or something.
So is it kind of safe to talk about the album, or?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
When does it come out?
September 9th.
September 9th. Spotify. Is it gonna be on YouTube?
Yeah, it'll be on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, all the.
What was kind of the genesis behind the whole deal? Because you come out with something like every month, right?
I try to come out with music as much as possible. I had this project was produced by a dude by the name of The Prospector. Prospector hit me up in my DMs asking for my old crew alumni to jump on this beat. He was a fan of ours from back in like the day, like 2008. You know what I mean? He was like, I would love to get alumni on here. I tried to get them on. These fools didn't want to do anything because they don't want to do anything, which is fine.
Because they don't want to do it.
They don't want to do anything. So I said, all right. So I took the beat. I started rapping. I was like, yo, you got more? Yo, this fool had a hell of them. And I was like, yo, send me all these. So he sent me a bunch of beats, and I was like, I'm going to get on all these. So I got on all of them, and it's
just, I mean, listen to your stuff. You must have had quite a colorful life growing up, right?
Yeah, I did.
A guy reading magazines in your room playing PlayStation. You're not gonna be writing all this stuff, right?
Yeah, no, I was doing a lot more than that. Just life experience, growing up, kind of like seeing the ups and downs, highs and lows of life.
I've also noticed I haven't listened to all of them. I will. But it's fairly clean. There's not a lot of cussing and all that stuff. Is that with age or?
It's funny you say that. Like my grandfather feels like I cuss all the time.
Really?
He feels like I cuss all the time. He's like, I always look at his stuff, but then he'll start cussing. I gotta turn it off.
See, no, mine is like the less is more concept, right? Like it's very. To me, sometimes it's very well placed. I don't think it's overdone.
That's what it is.
You know what I mean?
It's placed. My cussing is placed.
Yeah. It's not just another word.
No.
Yeah.
No, because there's certain words that I won't even say unless I'm trying to get something across.
Right.
You know what I mean? I have to you have to bring that out of me. Like full. Like the word full. Like I'm full. Like listen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my yo, pay attention. Because it's just like you said, well placed, just placed words.
Yeah, a lot of my stuff is the way I think, like this stuff, it's everything is wrestling based, right? Not the in-ring stuff, but people comments they make behind the scenes. I was listening to JR's podcast. He was talking about always less is more, right?
Yep.
That's why it's hard for me to get into AEW because it's just fucking spots on top of spots. You're just out of it.
So AEW is weird because it's like as if Universal Studios decided to start a wrestling league. But I don't mind it.
It's an alternative.
It's an alternative. I'm looking forward to actually finally going to an AEW event. Shouts to Jabroni Bros. Just gotta say that.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Pace yourself.
But AEW, man.
Horrible segue.
AEW is a spot. It's a spot thing. It's all spots, but for the most part,
I just feel like
we're just safe.
They alienate the audience a little bit. I mean, sure they have something for everyone.
Here's the problem. right now, the problem that I see in wrestling as a whole, we grew up with Monday Night Raw. It's trash now.
It's horrible, man.
Monday Night Raw is almost unwatchable.
How you guys watch it and then talk about it, it's amazing to me.
It's almost unwatchable, right? Yeah. AEW is a lot of spots, but they're the between them and SmackDown, it's probably the most quality you're gonna get.
That's true, yeah.
The storylines on SmackDown is just so much better.
Yeah. I thought they had a good run when Shane was on with the Ellsworth and all that. I just feel like everyone was being used properly.
Yeah,
it wasn't too much of everything.
I feel like NXT is the best product in WWE.
It is.
And Vince McMahon hates it.
Those are smaller guys. Did you see the new report?
Yes.
He wants younger guys. Doesn't want midgets on the show.
Midgets and younger dudes. He wants big guys and younger big guys.
Younger big guys, yeah.
No midgets. Midgets being 6 foot and below.
Yeah. It's horrible. And like I was thinking this, they're letting all these people go to AEW. I feel like they're letting them go to AEW, get some exposure. 4 to 5 years later, they're just scooping back up. And
that's how everything works, right? But I also feel like there's two ways to look at this. One, Vince is letting them go so that way AEW buys out all this talent and they go bankrupt money-wise. But I don't think he realizes that the cons have crazy bread.
Yeah, they have a lot of money. You
know what I mean? So I don't think Vince. That's just my own conspiracy theory. And then two, the other thing is that some of these guys need to just be on NXT. Some of these guys need to be in Impact. Some of these guys need to be in New Japan, so that way they can have their star blown up. Yeah. Because they're not going to get the shine on these other things because for whatever reason in WWE they write the scripts for everybody.
Well, that's true. And then like in ring wise, I just feel like I look at Ricochet. He's not Ricochet. He's just another fucking guy. Yep. If you just turn him up and let him loose, he'll be insane, man.
If he had a voice.
Yeah, he's literally just a guy between commercials right now. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Him, what's the other fool's name? Ali?
Yeah, Ali's really good.
Ali's dope.
Ali's really good.
Ali's hella tight. Yeah. They don't... He's a great heel.
He is a really good heel.
He's an awesome heel.
But it's just like, I think out of all the shows, NXT did a really good job of making people feel important.
Yes, they did.
Remember?
And see, I feel like if they brought Ali, Ricochet...
well, it's not going to happen now.
No, it's not going to happen now. But, bring these guys down. Shit. You let Edge come over there and school everybody on the mic real quick.
Yeah.
Because he did. When he went on that microphone, he smacked everybody.
Which is good, yeah.
Bring Cena. Let him come down to development NXT and let him come down there on the mic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like make it look like he has some heat between him and Samoa Joe or something like that. You know what I mean? Because it's dope to bring your old guys back, but it'd be better if you brought your old guys back to development.
And if it happened in NXT, it would happen like very meticulously. There's always backstory, long-term storytelling. Like it's very rare someone pops up randomly and there's a rivalry.
Right?
Like this Bobby Lashley Goldberg stuff, right? Random. You already know what's happening. You gotta sell tickets.
Yeah.
Another question I want to ask you is AEW, right? So I understand why when Sting was in WWE, they didn't use him all the time. Yeah. He felt special. Now he's literally a guy in a t-shirt, standing in the corner of a kid.
Right.
The mystique is gone.
I'm still waiting for the Sting heel turn.
Is it really gonna mean it? I know that's probably the payoff, right?
It has to be the payoff so that way Darby can get over on Sting and then Sting can retire.
I mean, is Darby really going to benefit anything from beating a 70-year-old man at that point?
That's a good point. That's a good question.
I remember back during the Evolution run, they'd have like Carlito, Shelton Benjamin go over and Ric Flair. Does that really mean anything?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess when the time is right, when it comes, we'll see. Because now live crowds are back.
That's true.
So anytime that you have a Sting moment, and you've been building them up. Yeah. When Hogan turned, it was like, what? You know what I mean?
That was a complete 180.
It's a complete 180.
This is just gonna be like he goes behind him, does the dead drop, and then just like, oh, what did Sting just do? And then
it's gonna be that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you put that on their biggest show, which is what, Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's in the theaters. You're watching Sting versus Darby.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean that could be something. And now with Bray Wyatt being, you know what I mean,
that's another concern, man. There's just so many of the WWE guys coming over. Granted, we'll see them in a different light.
I would love to see. I said this on Jabronis. I would love to see how like ECW, WCW versus WWE. I would love to see WWE wrestlers like try to take over AEW, but
like the invasion done right.
Yes, the invasion done right.
Yeah.
You know, you got CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Andrade, Big Show, Mark Henry. Yeah. You'll probably end up signing Bray.
They probably will. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You'll probably end up signing Ric Flair. You got the Guerreros over there.
Yeah, it's just too much.
There's a lot of dudes.
And you know what? I will give AEW credit because just
Jericho,
the last 2 years, they've built stars, like legit fucking stars. Like
dude, I love
MJF
is the man.
He's really good on the mic.
MJF is
it's
the man.
like 23, 24, right? He's a young cat. 24, yeah.
Darby is dope. Darby is a really good.
Darby is good.
Orange Cassidy is a star. I know a lot of people might not like it, but he's a star.
No, he's a stud, dude.
Who else?
If you put your hands in your pockets and you take it out and 20,000 people lose their shit, like you're freshly squeezed, brother.
I mean, the Young Bucks are going to be stars, obviously, because they are who they are. They do a lot of spots.
Yeah.
And their spots are really good.
Here's how I feel about them, right? So if you take out MJF, Darby Allin, all these other guys, it will make a difference. If the Young Bucks are out of AEW, will anyone notice?
Yes. If done right.
Like if they're just like gone one day.
Well, are you bringing them back or no?
No, they're just like...
They're just gone?
Is anyone... Like, I would miss the Jungle Boy. Because he's a star.
Okay. I'm going to get to that in a second.
Okay.
If you take out Young Bucks right now, yes, people will miss them. Why? Because there isn't enough tag teams in that division that are that over the top.
Yeah.
If you take them out right now, you got to build somebody up. Like Santana Ortiz. Like, those dudes are dope.
The tag division is just a struggle everywhere, man.
It is.
Don't care, man.
That's why Young Bucks are so good.
Yeah.
That's why New Day is so good. Usos are so good.
Usos are, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the tag team division is kind of like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Omos is only thrown in with AJ Styles as his like.
It's working.
No, it's great.
It's working, yeah.
RK Bro is working somewhat.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
It's not really, but it's there because the storyline.
It's Riddle and Orton's reactions to his stuff.
But okay, Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
My wife. She was like, so wait a minute.
You want the hots for Jungle Boy?
No, she's mad. She's pissed.
Yeah?
She's mad. She's like, so you're telling me
this little boy
that this guy was related to Luke Perry, is his son, and the best you could come up with is being from the jungle.
Yeah.
And you look just like Luke Perry.
Yeah.
So you're telling me you couldn't be Brenda's son from 90210? You couldn't do a better gimmick than a jungle when you look dead on your dad?
Yeah.
Like, she was hella mad about that. She was so mad.
I think the Luke Perry stuff aside, it's a little tone deaf to have someone from the jungle in 2021.
It all looks weird to me. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? Luchasaurus is dope.
Yeah.
But come on,
he's fucking.
It's a damn dinosaur, like a man dinosaur. I mean, I get it, but you know what? What we always forget is that wrestling is for kids too.
Yeah,
wrestling is for kids because I don't become a wrestling fan if I don't see, Hogan versus Andre.
Yeah.
I don't
superhero type thing.
Yeah, I don't get that until I see that as a kid. That's what sucked me in as a teenager. I don't feel like at the authority if I don't see Stone Cold saying that's a Vince McMahon.
Right.
You know what I mean? It doesn't keep my attention as a teenager.
Right.
That did though. And then seeing the WCW versus WWF thing, that kept my attention. So we kind of.
Well, hold on. Get to Jungle Boy and the dinosaur.
Well, that was really my thing. It's like, well, dude,
These kids are smart, man. Kids today are a lot smarter.
That's a great thing for kids,
right?
You know what I mean? That's a great thing for kids. If as a grown man, I'm not trying to root for a damn dinosaur.
That's true. I mean, but there's stuff on the show for you. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
As a grown man, screw that. But as a little kid, I'm rocking with it. As a little kid, I can get it. I get it. Jim Cornette is not gonna like it.
Of course he's not gonna like it.
You know what I mean? But my 7-year-old son's gonna fucking enjoy it.
Yeah.
My son also loves Darby Allin. That's his favorite wrestler. Sting, Darby Allin, Undertaker, Bray Wyatt. Those are his guys.
Oh, there you go. That's a little old school one, man.
He loves those dudes.
Jim Cornette does not like anything.
I love Jim Cornette. I love Jim Cornette.
I became a fan. I bought an old DX DVD. It just talked about like the 90s. It's like 2002, and he had like a pipe bomb like promo. He was talking about Hulk Hogan. He goes, "Yeah, Hogan, you're a household name, but so is garbage. And guess what? It stinks like it." So I was like, "Oh my god!" Like that's when I got sucked into like promos. I stopped paying attention to like the in-ring stuff. I started paying attention to people talking. I was like, "Oh my god!"
I said something similar to that, and I didn't even realize it. It was I said something. I was like, "Yeah, you know what else gets thousands and millions of views? Dead bodies."
Oh shit! That's.
I was like, "Yeah." So like all those thousands of views, yeah. Dead bodies get the same thing. Doesn't mean that I like your shit, dude.
You put that in one of your songs? Oh, that's deep. Oh shit! Oh, bro.
I think I did say that in a verse. I was like, yeah, something like that also gets thousands of views.
That's not provoking, man.
Because I'm like, yo, man, just because like you get all these views and you're hella blowing up doesn't mean your shit is good.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people that look great, or not look great, but that have thousands and hundreds of views or whatever. Terrible.
That's true.
Horrible. You know what else is horrible? Crime. You still watch it.
That's true.
So you still look at cops.
So obviously, as a big wrestling fan in you, right? And I appreciate the fact that you've still been rocking with it, right? One way or the other, there's a footprint in there. So how did the Jabroni Bros thing come out, man? Kudos to you because right now is not the best time to start wrestling podcasts because wrestling is just not interesting. Yeah. It's just not.
My boy, Just Fresh.
Yeah.
He is a way bigger wrestling fan than I am.
Yeah?
Way bigger.
He watches it religiously?
Dude, he watches all kinds of different wrestling. What is that new one with Nick Gage? CGW?
Oh, Game Changer
GCW.
Yeah.
So we're going to a GCW show.
Where?
We're going in Vegas when we go to SummerSlam.
Okay.
So he just started watching that, and he's like, that's what I mean. He'll go watch, the luchadors, what is that, AAA?
AAA, yeah.
He'll watch that. He'll religiously watch wrestling, and he knows all the names and characters and their backgrounds and stuff like that. So he was like, "Bush, I want to start a podcast, but I didn't know about what." He came up with that and was like, "You ready? All right, let's do it. If you're willing to do it, I'll come over and I'll be your co-host. I'll be the buffer. You know what I mean? I'm the guy that watches wrestling.
You're the color guy.
Yeah. So I'll see stuff in passing.
You're the task that Michael Cole, man.
Yeah. Because he's the one that takes all the notes.
Yeah.
He's the one that sits down, watches everything, and then I'll catch stuff that he doesn't see because I'm on Instagram all the time.
Yeah.
So I'll see stuff that
like fan recording, stuff like that?
Yeah, I'll see stuff like that. Or I'll see like a wrestler that passed away,
right.
And I'll be like, "Yo, we got to talk about this. Hold on," and I'll bring that up, and he'll be like, "Oh, damn."
Okay.
So like, I'm there to kind of fill in the holes or whatever. Right. This fool, yeah,
it's incredible. When's the last time you sat through a full episode of SmackDown and Raw? Like on the day it comes out with commercials.
I think. As far as Raw is concerned, I haven't.
Yeah, it's hard.
I can't watch it. SmackDown, I've done a couple. I can't even remember the last one, but it was probably when the Usos beat, I don't know, Mysterio and.
Oh, it's
yeah, I mean,
it's crazy
one of his sons or something like that.
It's crazy watching Dominic on the show, man. I used to own the Eddie
Dominic
shirt.
Dominic should be in NXT.
Exactly.
Dominic
the reason why he's there, I guarantee, because they wanted Ray back, and Ray was like, "Only if you bring my son." Mm-hmm. That Ray's a cash cow, dude. Like
Rey Mysterio and Dominic should be in NXT.
Yeah.
Why not? You're willing to put Finn
Finn's probably gonna go back to NXT, right?
And he should.
Yeah.
He should be there. Adam Cole should stay. Like, all these guys should be there to me.
I think Adam Cole is done.
I think Adam Cole's done, but he should be there.
Yeah.
He should be there. He should be there challenging Walter. Like, Walter is the man.
Walter's the fucking man.
Walter should be on Raw.
Walter makes wrestling look real.
Yes.
He looks, yeah.
Dragunov.
Yeah.
Pete Dunne. These guys are like...
Yeah, they've really silenced Pete Dunne lately.
Yeah, and Pete Dunne's a beast.
Yeah, they started something with him and William Regal like months ago.
There's no reason that Dominic should not be in the mix of NXT.
Yeah.
There's no reason. But because there's not enough tag teams...
Yeah.
Gotta have him on. And I'm waiting for his heel turn versus his dad.
No, that's gonna be horrible, man.
You're like, you're a liar.
Look,
Eddie was my
Eddie
father.
I used to have a shirt that said, I'm your poppy man back in the day. Wow, man. That's what's up.
So yeah, that's
So how often does Jabroni Bros come out? Is it weekly? Is there like specific date?
We try to come out, we try to drop every Monday, right? But with our schedule and our family lives and everything else, sometimes we'll text each other and be like, hey, fool, I don't feel like doing it today.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, well, let's not. Or he'll be like, hey, I gotta go do a wedding. Because he does a lot of weddings. He DJing, hosting, photography, videos. Like, Larry's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's good to be surrounded by people like that, man. They have a lot of shit going on.
And that's the other thing. Like, I'm surrounded by people that work.
Keep pushing it. Yeah, and work is not just 9 to 5, man. Like,
people don't understand that.
Like, this isn't income, but this is work. Like,
this is work.
This is work.
You took time to do this.
And like, this is the fun part. When you leave, that's when the sad part that starts. You know, I gotta take it down. I gotta start editing and all this shit, man.
That stuff is hard work, man. I did. I've done this. You know what I mean? I have to take the video and go home and like at least upload it or whatever, and it takes forever to upload on YouTube if you want it to be at 1080p, highest quality, real, and this and that. Like, I don't want to know about all that. I really don't, but I have to do it. I have to wear the hat.
And you gotta learn about this shit too.
Yeah.
I learned how to fucking edit because of this stuff, man. I mean, it's a cool skill to have, but you know.
That's how Just Fresh learned. Yeah. Same thing. Like, I showed him some stuff on iMovie because I was already editing music videos. The music video I did, New Colors, the one that we were talking about earlier, with the insurrection and all that, I edited that video.
It's not easy, dude.
It's not. And you've seen how many clips and how the
just like
camera
right
changes
second,
and everything?
and like having a certain clip pop up at the right second makes a big difference. Like the right words coming up at the right action or whatever.
Yeah, and you gotta pair your vocals up with the actual track, and then figure out what clip goes here and there.
That's a hustle, man.
Yeah, and people don't realize that until you do it yourself, and a lot of people don't have it in them.
Yeah, it takes a lot of patience, man. Like, I've literally learned how to master like the 24 hours you have in a day, how to like balance like, okay, job, wife, kids, prepare for the next day, and then okay, my time to do shit.
Right.
I put my PlayStation up away 2 weeks ago because I was like, this is eating up like at least a good hour of my day. You know?
I stopped playing video games 2007, 2008. My PlayStation 2. I gave it to my little brother because it was taking too much of my time. And this is before the wife. Yeah. This is before the kid. Really? I was trying to do this music shit like hardcore back then.
Yeah. So I'm there now. Like, I think I'm done. I wanted to go put it in my parents' house. I was like, nah. So I just started putting it in a different room.
I can't play video games because I'm addicted.
Really?
I'll call out sick.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm addicted to video games. It's really bad. I tell people this all the time, and they're like, whatever, fool, you just don't want to play me. And I'm like, no, dude, if I play you, I'm going to smoke you. Because I'm not going to stop. Like, I'm going to figure it out. And once I figure it out and I figure out how you work everything, I'm going to destroy you. It might take me some time, but I'm gonna get you, and when I get you, I'm not gonna let you live.
Oh, like, so you're just like passionate about everything. Alright, so I wanted to switch over from like the video game side to like, so you're doing all this stuff on the side. You're a dad, you got music, you're making videos, like really high quality stuff, very thought provoking stuff. I wanted to talk to you more about like just being like a form of a leader within the community, right?
Oh.
So like, I just like, because the time we live in now is very different from like the early 2000s, 90s, 80s, right?
Yeah.
A lot of it has to do with social media because you just see. I just think all this stuff existed before, we just didn't see it, so we didn't care for it. So there was that incident that happened with the fruit stand thing, right? You want to talk about that?
So, all right. Let me get back to what you just said real quick. Things were always happening, but because when COVID shut down everything, we all had time in our hands.
Yeah.
So then we all started seeing stuff, and we're like, whoa, wait.
Yeah.
That's not right. That's when you started seeing everything change with protesting, riots, and whatever else. Because we all had time on our hands to watch this stuff. All the other distractions were gone. You know what I mean? Basketball was barely around. There's no baseball. There's no football. Hockey wasn't around. Like, there was no sports, really. Yeah. People were trying to find things to talk about. We saw that. So, with the fruit stand thing, I'm at work, and I had already seen in Southern California how people were treating food vendors. They're knocking stuff down and
damn, really?
And like taking their shit. And I'm like, yo, man, these guys are literally harmless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not doing nothing to you.
Yeah.
What the fuck's wrong with you? Like, these people are trying to make a living. And during these times, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean? COVID had just hit. So what's your problem? With that fruit stand thing.
By the way, you'll never see a Mexican dude holding a cardboard sign saying homeless. I've never seen one.
I can't say I have. But I saw that and I instantly got mad. And so I took to social media. As I took to social media, more things started coming out about the lady at the fruit stand basically thought that the little girl stole something from her stand, so she grabbed her. She grabbed her arm and was like, yo, like, what the hell? The little girl went back, told her aunt and uncle or whatever, and then they came over and just like kicked over the stand.
Yeah.
What you see on the footage in the beginning is just that.
Yeah.
So you don't really know about that backstory yet.
Yeah.
But as a person who feels like you got stolen from, you would instantly do that. It didn't matter who it was, little kid, whatever. Yo, man, put my shit back.
Right.
So, but as a dad or uncle, yo, you don't touch my kid.
Right.
So that's where the conflict was.
Yeah.
The thing is that in Sacramento, you don't want black versus brown. You know what I mean?
It's one team right now, right?
Yeah. You do not need it separated.
Yeah.
Especially at the time, at the height of like Breonna Taylor, Stephon Clark, like George Floyd.
It was before George Floyd, right?
I think it was after, actually.
It was after? Okay.
You just didn't want those things happening.
Right.
Because all this is happening as well.
Right.
We need each other.
Right.
We don't need to be going against each other. So, me being who I was, I had arguments with my friends about this because he was like, yo, Bush, you fucked up. You went to the other side, blah, blah. I was like, no, I didn't. This is what happened. But you know what? I see your point.
Yeah.
Because it's a little girl. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Let's get her whatever she wants, and let's get this lady back her food stand.
Yeah.
And let's put these people together and see if we can't solve this. So it was a touchy situation on both sides.
Right.
Because I could feel the side of the little girl, and I could also feel the side of the food.
Yeah.
I feel both.
Yeah.
I didn't know both. I saw what I saw and reacted. Now, once I saw, other things going on, I also took to social media to be like, all right, so this is what's happening. I saw that there was a dude named Baby Gas who took pictures and brought them all together. But I also know that my man Beto from Cannoli Boys, he reached out to everybody too.
Yeah.
And we made sure that we donated to this lady so that way she can get her fruit stand back. And it turned out to be peaceful. Yeah. Everything came together. They were all fine. They all shook hands, hugged, whatever. Even the little girl and the lady, they embraced and everything was cool. What I was upset also about was that the media didn't show that.
Right.
So you'll have NBC, ABC, CBS all reporting the incident, but they won't report what happened, the positive.
Right.
And obviously, that's usually the case in most. If it bleeds, it leads.
Well, conflict is what brings in the ratings.
Right.
Yeah.
So, they didn't show the unity.
Right.
And it happened that fast.
So like the dad in me understood the immigrant and like having immigrant parents who like every penny matters.
Right.
I saw both sides, and like to top it off, I like gained a lot of respect for you there because I was like, this is a prime example of like what the kind of space you want to create for your kids, right? And then you mentioned your friend saying like, oh, you're hopping to the other side. The way I saw it, you're not hopping to the other side. You're in the family making sure there isn't dispute.
Right.
You know
I didn't want to see more.
And that's the thing, right? He's already thinking it's the other side.
I don't want black versus brown, dude.
Yeah.
I am black and Mexican.
Right.
So for me to see black and Mexicans going against each other is already a conflict within myself, me, the person, because I have an issue with that.
Yeah.
I get, yo, dude, on both sides of the coin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I get it on both sides. For one, I don't speak Spanish. So I get looked at for Mexicans like, you're not Mexican enough.
That's true.
And then on the other side, I'm black, and they're like, oh, look at this Mexican. So, you know what I mean? Like I have a conflict already.
Yeah, I remember I had a realtor, he was half white, half Pakistani. I was like, you're just a bag of awkwardness.
A bag of awkwardness.
Yeah, dude, like, God, man.
So yeah, man, when I saw that, I had to say something, because I don't want to see nobody losing their livelihood, man, especially in Sac. Like, yo, what the hell?
You know, it's a big town, but it's a small town, man. That's how I see it.
It's definitely 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
All it takes is one person to know somebody else, and you know
everybody, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy, man.
So that's just the way it is, man. I was at work when I saw this.
Well, look, man, I appreciate the work you're doing. I appreciate you letting me use your music for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
I bought you coffee, so we should call it even now.
Yeah. It was good, too. It was good.
It wasn't that bad, man.
No, it was good.
Check him out in Las Vegas. Check out Jabroni Bros. You might be seeing him in downtown as a chef. Sous chef.
Yeah.
Hashtag Butch can cook. Follow him, man.
Yeah, I'll be doing my thing.
There you go. Check him out on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, iTunes Music.
Yeah.
2 beers in the mic now.
Yeah.
What else? Is there anything else?
Shows and just around town.
Hey, he's a calm, cool, collected cat. Don't let some of his videos that throw you off. It comes off intimidating, but he's a good dude, man. He's a good dude. I appreciate you for being on.
I promise I'm okay, man. I promise. I'm a passionate guy.
That's the show, man. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Awesome.